Alright, so some pretty exciting stuff here for you guys. Well, for me anyway. Got the engine basically put together. As you can see, I've got my heads on now, and I was going to kind of go over what I did to this thing. I know I've got a video of it, but I was just going to kind of go over it again and show it with the heads and everything I chose. So, like I said, this is a late 90s roller 351 block out of a F-Series pickup truck. It's bored 30 over, all new machining done to it. I've got the stock crank, stock rods, hyperecrectic pistons, aluminum cast pistons, flat top, valve relief piston, adds 12 cc to the compression. So I'm running a 10 to 4 to 1 compression ratio. I've got 58 cc chambered AFR 165 cc Renegade heads on it with a 1.6 roller rocker from Scorpion Racing. Did measure my push rods. These are about a 6 or a 7.6, almost a 7.7 push rod. Comp Cams actually makes that size, and I measured and made sure that size would work, and the roller tip's right in the middle of the valve, so it seemed to work pretty good. It was actually like a just like a, they actually had it to fit this exact roller block. It was a retrofit push rod, and I measured it with a caliper gauge at first, and like I said, it was measuring like 7.7, but I think every time I pulled the Comp Cam's push rod length checker out, I think it loosened up a little, made it a little longer. So I measured 7.6, almost 7.7 with the rod, and I taped it, and it was right in the middle of the valve. These roller tips were, and that's what we want. So I went with a Wyand Stealth intake. The Edelbrock RPM air gaps were all sold out on back order, and I don't feel like waiting until the end of June to get one, or end of July. ARP head bolts. Just use some cheaper Mr. Gasket intake bolts up here. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with these heads. I've wanted a set of these for a long time. I originally wanted to put some on that truck over there, but you can just see the CNC ports on there. Pretty awesome. Really good quality heads. Didn't really have to do any deburring. Just kind of went over them by hand and made sure there wasn't any loose stuff on them. So yeah, 10 to 4 to 1 compression. Excuse me. Got a Lunati Voodoo roller, of course, cam. It is a 549 by a 565 lift with a shorter duration. It's like a 278 or something. Not really sure. I got my cam card over here. Let's see here. Advertised 273 by 279, so shorter duration. So it'll get the air in and air out quick with a taller lift. So that's kind of why I went with the deeper valve relief piston. So I'm pretty excited to hear what this is going to run like. This will have a little faster idle. It's a 112 LSA. This truck is a 110. It's really lopey, really slow idled, kind of just choppy. this will sound more aggressive, little faster idled, kind of sound like it's faster idled. Still got to get my distributor, trying to decide on what to do on that. I ran the HEI in the other truck and it worked okay. I'm thinking about doing that on this one too. Got to get my balancer and my water pump on, and I want to have all my brackets and everything on before I put it in. Still saving up for the TKO 600 transmission, and I'm not exact for sure if I'm going with that yet. Still have thoughts about putting an automatic in it, but we're just trying to decide what to do with that and get the money lined up for that so I can put it all together before I put it in the truck. And then we can just start wiring stuff up and getting it ready so I can at least hear it run. Roller cam engine don't have to really be broke in because there's just way less friction on the lobes of the cam. But you probably knew that already. But I'm going to go ahead and run it and make sure everything's good. And of course, I'm just really excited to hear this one run. I've got a little more invested in this one, and this one should make a lot more power than what's in the red truck because, for one, this is a 351. Red truck's 302. This one's 30 over. Red truck was honed. Bigger cam, but the main thing is the cylinder heads are going to flow way better. So I'm really excited to see what this thing's going to do. I'm hoping for, at the crank, I'm hoping for 450. I don't know. We'll see. I'd say that's doable. I've got the 165s on here for more torque, being that this truck's probably a little heavier. I'll have the 165s to do just fine. I don't plan on revving this motor past 55, 5500. This ain't going to be like a drag racing motor, so I don't plan on being really high up in the RPMs all the time. That's kind of another reason why I went with the stealth intake, because this is a dual plane. I'm thinking I'm going to go with a 750 on this one. I think that'll do just fine. A 650 would probably work too. I've actually got a Holley 650 race carb on this one that'd work really good, and I'm thinking about using that one, and I've got a jet kit, so if I have to jet it up, I can do that. But I don't know, because then I wouldn't be able to start that truck. So I'm trying to decide whether to buy a 750 for this or take the 650 off of the red truck, being that it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I had this one going and I can move it in and out, because as long as I can move one of these in and out, I'm fine. But yeah, I got that almost ready to go. Got the bed back on the truck. I decided I'm going to go with the patina look for a little while. I just want to ride it, ride it around and enjoy it for a while. And after I do that for a little while, probably a couple months or so, I'm going to just pull the bed back off. The frame's already painted and everything. Most of the rust is fixed. And I'm going to do the body work and paint it. Like I said, I'm going back with the Skyview blue. All one color. I want to fill in the body seam right there. But so it's coming along. It's just, I've got the time right now. It's just the financial part of it. Just really don't want to be putting my whole entire life savings into this thing with what I've got, little I've got. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys watching. I just figured I'd do a little update on the engine. I'm just kind of doing this as I go, so thanks for watching.